Hello, this video is titled Cultural Marxism, Quit Playing Around and Fight for What You Believe. Well, here's Bella Dodd and her background. Bella Dodd was a teacher, lawyer, and labor union activist and a member of the Communist Party of America and New City Teachers Union in the 1930s and 1940s in New York. But she became a vocal anti-communist activist when she had a big conversion after meeting Fulton Sheen, Bishop of Rochester, New York. The Communist Party, she said, operates by infiltrating and subverting social institutions like the churches, schools, mass media, and government. And in the 1930s, she said we put 1,100 men into the priesthood in order to destroy the church from within. So with that background, she said this: the American people have got to stop fooling around with just fighting communism in the abstract. They have to know what the thing means, why they are against it, and how to fight it. So that's what we're going to do for a few minutes now. Firstly, know what it is. Communism is a non-Christian religion that elevates man and the state to godhood, and it seeks to destroy Christianity, morality, the family, personal property rights, personal initiative, and the ruling class knows best and lives well in the midst of this. Working class people are oppressed and suffers under a police state that requires you to conform. There's no freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, or petition of government. Globally, its implementation has killed over 200 million people. It's demonic in its origins as it came from Karl Marx, and we'll explore that further. We need to know why we're against it. Well, it's godless, immoral, it debases the human spirit, and it causes massive human suffering and death. Well, secondly, people need to know why they're against it. They should be against it because it's godless, immoral, it debases the human spirit, causes massive human suffering and death. It's against human nature. It's against God's design. It's against reality and how the world actually functions. It makes man God, makes the state God. And it's a lie as old as the Garden of Eden. Has God said, and you can be as God. Well, how do we fight it? Well, we need to tear down every stronghold and lofty idea that holds itself up against the principles of God. This is what the scriptures tell us. We need to attack lies aggressively, hard and unrelenting. We need to know how to fight it. We need to tear down every stronghold and lofty idea that holds itself up against the principles of God, the scriptures tell us. We need to attack lies aggressively, hard and unrelenting. We need to know the cultural destruction engine and how it works. We need to understand the devil and his schemes. We need to pray against the wicked and those that seek to destroy people of faith who are seeking to live quiet and godly lives. We need to challenge the state that it's not God. We need to declare that there are truths that are for all people at all times everywhere. We need to hold civil leaders accountable and not let them go. We need to stand, contend, and fight with courage. And lastly, there's actually a fourth item. We need to know what we believe and how much better it is. That Christianity believes this, that God has a design for people, family, flourishing society, and even civil government. That people made in the image of God can know Him, be forgiven sins, and flourish. That people become great by using their talents, plus experience, plus hard work, plus overcoming obstacles, and in God's power do great things. That husbands and wives can love each other and surrender themselves to God and one another. Continuing, that families can flourish and have children and make an impact in the world. That people self-sacrifice, sometimes in heroic fashion, to the benefit of others and the benefit of society. That personal property and the stewardship of resources along with the price mechanism of the free markets produce the best outcomes in the world. Well, don't forget how thoroughly vested the communists are against this. Bella Dodd, in quoting Alexander Trachtenberg, said this: Trachtenberg once said to me that when communism came to America, it would come under the label of progressive democracy. It will come in labels acceptable to the American people. These were benign labels like progressive, liberal, and democracy. When we get ready to take the United States, he said, we will not take it under the label of communism. We will not take it under the label of socialism. These labels are unpleasant to the American people and have been speared too much. We will take the United States under labels we have made very lovable. We will take it under liberalism, under progressivism, and under democracy. But take it we will. This is what's happening in the world today and in the United States. But Nigel Farage, a British Parliament member, says this under the category of knowing how to fight it. We have allowed the virus of Marxism to take hold in our countries. We're being told to be ashamed of our histories. We're being told that we're institutionally racist. We're being told that we suffer from our own form of bias and we indoctrinate our school kids with this stuff. And the reason this neo-Marxist agenda has taken such hold in Britain, Europe, and indeed in much of America too, is actually not because of the left. It's because the conservatives in those countries have not had the courage to stand up to this stuff. Courage is the key ingredient in knowing how to fight it. Cultural Marxism. Quit playing around and fight for what you believe. My name's Craig Seibert. Thanks for listening.